alert! Learning is important, right?
Yes, exactly. What a bunch of nerds.
Nerd alert!
Right. Hello, and welcome to The Marketing Architects, a research-first podcast dedicated to answering your toughest marketing questions. I'm Elena Jasper. I run the marketing team here at Marketing Architects, and I'm joined by my co-host, Rob DeMars, the Chief Product Architect of Misfits and Machines.
Elena, my brain is ready to burn some calories.
Oh, great, because we've got, I don't know how to say that. Sorry. Oh, great. Well, get ready for a marathon, Rob. We're back with your weekly Nerd Alert. Every week, I'll take a deep dive into academic marketing research and translate its complex ideas into simple, understandable language for Rob and, of course, for all of you. Are you ready to nerd out, Rob?
I am ready to do some mental push-ups. Let's do this.
Perfect. Let's get into it. As always, we'll link the research we cover in the episode notes. This week, I read Why TV is at the Heart of Effectiveness and What It Will Take to Keep It There, published by Peter Field, ThinkBox, and the IPA this year. It's our favorite topic, Rob. We're talking TV.
I love it.
So no pressure, but we should be a little bit more knowledgeable on this. So Mark Ritson wrote the foreword for this paper, and I think he gave such a great explanation for why this research is important. I'm just going to quote directly from him. So this is what he says in the intro. During the period in which many marketers were questioning TV advertising, it was delivering on almost every effectiveness metric known to marketer. Younger members of our discipline who grew up with ideological zealotry of digital are often amazed when they begin to dig into the data and realize not only how undead TV advertising is, but how effective it remains on almost every front. And the prime reason this data exists is Peter Field. Throughout the era where it became uncool to promote TV advertising, Peter was often a lone voice of empirical sanity. He was cool-headed, he was data-driven, he was pacing some stage somewhere with irrefutable evidence and simple bar charts that screamed, TV works. And he kept making the same basic points about TV and its remarkable contribution to brand building and marketing effectiveness until lots of people paid attention. So Rob, the belief that TV is dead is something I've been exposed to since I started at Marketing Architects 5 years ago, but how long can you remember hearing naysayers proclaim the death of TV advertising?
I'll go back to 1999, 25 years ago, was the introduction of a pretty amazing piece of technology. Do you remember what that was, Lena? You were just born, so probably not.
I'm going to say I think I was 3, so no, I do not.
TiVo. Does that name even ring a bell to you?
I had TiVo. Yeah,
which obviously became kind of the Kleenex of the DVR. But I remember reading articles back then when I was just a new person to advertising myself, talking about how TiVo was going to completely change television. It was going to completely change how we watched video, period. And in particular, that nobody was going to watch TV advertising anymore because of it. So 25 years we've been reading the eulogy of TV, and it's like keeps coming back.
I think it's something that's easy for people to jump on because especially marketers, like people on LinkedIn, you're like, I don't watch cable, I don't watch da-da-da-da-da, but like, okay, you probably do. And 2, you're falling for that mistake marketers make where you assume everyone else is just like you. And spoiler alert, TV wasn't dead in 1999, and it's not dead today. So in this paper, he proves just how powerful TV still is. It's been 10 years since he published the long and the short of it with Les Binet. And in that paper, TV really took center stage for its role and effectiveness. But is that still the case? Yes, it is. And Peter Field uses this paper to prove it. He goes as far as to say, quote, any marketer who considers walking away from TV advertising would be crazy to do so. And what follows are Field's arguments for TV's enduring role and effectiveness. First, usage of TV effectiveness award cases are growing, not decreasing. Brands are winning more awards for campaigns with TV, not less. And TV's share of overall budget is at least stable and might even be beginning to rise. So why is TV still so darn effective, even with the rapid rise of digital? According to Field, there are 3 reasons. Number 1, attention. Number 2, emotional clout. And number 3, trust. So let's start with attention. Rob, if you had to guess, how long do you think someone needs to see an advertisement for a memory to form?
I'm going to go on the low side. 3 seconds.
Oh, you're so close. It's 2.5 seconds.
Nice.
That's according to Karen Nelson Field. This might seem like a really low bar for video, but in a study of 130,000 online ad views from 1,150 brands, 85% of them did not even meet this 2.5-second threshold. Only a handful had a healthy level of 10 seconds or more. So online platforms, they suffer from what's called fast decay in attention. There's a lot of active attention early, then a super fast and steep drop off. TV, however, delivers on slow decay, where attention is largely stable across the whole course of the view. According to Lumen, TV advertisers achieve on average over 15 seconds of attention for a 30-second TV ad and 9.1 seconds for a 15-second ad. Rob, can you guess what other marketing channel does a great job with slow decay, aka more attention on average?
Ooh, I'm going to go with radio.
It is radio.
Yes.
Yes, I knew you'd get that one. TV and radio offer high attention, which makes your creative more effective, which builds mental availability, which delivers on long-term brand growth. So here's a crazy stat to leave you with for this first point. TV, both live and on demand, accounts for 94% of all attention-weighted video advertising. Despite the growth of online video, YouTube, TikTok, all those video display ads you see, the vast majority of our attention goes towards broadcast TV ads. Can you even believe that? That's 94%.
That is amazing.
TV is just amazing.
Do they say in the study the why behind the degradation from online video to TV? Like, what are they saying the differences in the channels are that make for people to be more memorable when they're watching a TV commercial?
Such a great question. They don't get into it in this study, but I'll bet if I went and looked at Karen Nelson Field's study, she'd get into it more. But if I had to guess, I would say it's probably a combination of things. It's probably the TV, like live viewing, lean back experience. You're more likely to watch ads when you're watching like a live program versus, as you know, with YouTube videos, for me, like a YouTube ad pops up and I'm just staring at the skip button. I'm just going to skip it. And like display video, I'm not really going to watch that. Like the other type of inventory that did well for attention was non-skippable online video.
Okay.
So YouTube ads, but like if you think about like a LinkedIn ad, and I'm scrolling through LinkedIn, sometimes I see a video, I maybe looked at it for a second before I scroll on. So I think some of it has to do with that nature of online, like you're scrolling through things quickly versus TV.
Like how interactive the medium is and how much choice is the consumer given to be able to move on versus kind of passively needing to watch.
Yeah, exactly. But that's a good question. That'd be a reason to go and read her own study. Well, let's move on to reason number 2. Another reason why TV is amazing, it's emotional clout. So Rob, let me ask you, when's the last time you cried watching an ad?
Last night, maybe. I'm going to be an empty nester. My wife and I are, sending our last child off to college. And so anytime I see a cliche commercial of parents standing on the curb watching a fully packed car drive off into the distance, I get verklempt.
I don't know what that word means, but it sounds sad.
It's from Saturday Night Live. Mike Myers would say, I'm getting verklempt. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. It's a generational thing. I didn't understand that. I'm guessing those are TV commercials that are making you cry. Yeah. Mine's also a TV ad. In the Super Bowl, I'm just bound to cry at least one ad. So we all know that emotional advertising drives greater effectiveness, and TV is used more for emotional campaigns, and TV makes emotional advertising work better. You almost can't have too much TV advertising for your emotional ads. And the reason why that makes sense is in order to create an emotion, you need time. And TV gives you a way to tell a story and capture attention long enough to really create an emotion. So Rob, let me ask you another question. When's the last time you cried over a display ad?
Only when I can't make them go away.
I was literally about to say, like, there's a chance I've teared up, like trying to read something. It just keeps popping up. Just start crying. But anyways, I think we can all understand that point. So that's emotion. We're on the home stretch. Let's hit number 3, and that is trust. Trust is hugely overlooked, but it's very important in purchase decisions. As Marshall McLuhan says, the medium is the message. The medium you use for your advertising influences your credibility. So you'll probably not be surprised to hear that TV leads the way as a trusted media source. Rob, can you guess what other media sources might be trusted?
Boy, I guess I'm going to have to go with the other standby here, radio.
Yeah, radio is one of the top ones.
especially because of the local nature that radio can offer.
Another one that they had up there in this study is search, which I guess if something appears as the first search result, people are more likely to trust it. I wonder how AI is going to change that. So, one last thing to bring us home. Field says the most effective campaigns spend 45% of their budget on TV, but the most profitable campaigns spend 50% of their budget. And now for your Rob GPT, this time I asked it for a bit of a metaphor, and this is what it said. Imagine marketing as a garden. In Peter Field's report, TV advertising is like the sun, essential for growth. It captures attention like sunlight, helping brands flourish over time by staying visible and memorable. The report emphasizes that, like a well-balanced ecosystem, combining TV with other media, like soil and water, leads to the healthiest growth. Trust in TV is akin to trust in natural growth processes, proving essential for nurturing strong, profitable brands. And isn't that beautiful?
That is pretty. Now, next time, ask it to rhyme.
Oh, that's a fun idea. Okay. Well, Rob, I know you probably had to stop yourself from drooling during that because we love whenever someone else talks about how great TV is. But what'd you think?
It just continues to reinforce why I think we do this show, is because it's about the facts, and getting that 94% statistic is amazing. I'm glad to see that people are continuing to engage with the channel, obviously, because we're passionate about TV and want to continue to see how it can engage with consumers in new ways as the landscape continues to change.
Agreed. And yeah, Peter Field is really doing the Lord's work here for TV because we found, just as a TV agency, marketers aren't that interested in TV content. Like, I wish they were more, but our like TV only content never does as well as like general marketing topics or even digital marketing topics. So it's hard, but we want to go out and keep talking about TV and sharing the data. And it's great. Like this report, I loved reading the whole thing because he lays it out so well and he's so passionate about TV. That's it for this episode of The Marketing Architects. We'd like to thank Ayana Klaphocky for producing the show and Taylor De Los Reyes for editing. You can connect with us on LinkedIn, and if you find the show valuable, please leave us a rating and review. And if you'd like to hear more from us, subscribe to our weekly email newsletter. It's built for marketers seeking research-first analysis of the latest trends. You can go to marketingarchitects.com/newsletter to subscribe. Now go forth and build great marketing.
When you said Peter Field, I thought at first you said Peter Thiel, and I'm like, wow, the billionaire, like he's into TV. This is sweet. Another evangelist.